Well, Windy Bill here, and today I decided to come out to Ash Meadows, National Wildlife Refuge. I'm going to walk around it. If anybody's been following the news, right out over in that direction there's a mining company that wants to drill wells and pump the water out for the lithium. Well, we need lithium for all these batteries, for all these electric cars. And the problem is they don't care where they mine it at. And they don't care how they mine it. There's actually 3 different ways to mine lithium. An open pit mine, where you dig a hole and you process the material. But that involves building a plant. The other way is you inject water back into the area, draw water out, remove the lithium, put the water back. Again, you have to build a factory. And that's all good, but see, there's a cheaper way. You say, I don't care about the wildlife, the greenery, the people living here. I just have greed and want the money. And you pump the water out, and you spread it out on the ground, you let it all evaporate, then you scrape up the lithium. Tens of thousands and thousands of gallons of water gone. We're in the desert, we don't have that much water. Anyway, the dream of the electric car is just going to be that. It's going to happen. And when they do finally get it, only the rich and famous will have electric cars and everybody else will be on bicycles. Okay, we're going to go in the visitor center. You coming in, Whitney?
Yeah.
We're coming into the visitor center. Okay. Hello. Do you mind if we film? Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to look at each view and let you guys... I'll pause for a moment, and if you really want to read the details, go ahead and just pause the video. And oh, here we go. Okay, there we have, when I was growing up, it was called a horny toad, horned lizard. They made fantastic pets. Catching bugs, they were happy. We have all other types of lizards and snakes. California king snake. Now we have inside the protected area, there is private land. We have a processing plant on the one edge that mines out the clay and minerals. And it's kind of a unique location. Is that particular location is where the original Ash Meadows brothel was. And some of the buildings on the very back of the property still exist. So you had the brothels, and what those were is Nevada could have brothels, and to the west we had the borax mines. And on payday, that's where a lot of the miners would go to get their entertainment and relax. We also have another unique situation that developed here. In 1956, 58, somewhere right in that area, we have the Devil's Hole, which Devil's Hole is an area where we have an endangered pupfish. Well, people were scuba diving and damaging it, getting in there, getting killed. And so the property was turned over to the National Park Service, and it became part of Death Valley. And now it's protected by the Death Valley National Park. It's 1 square mile of ground. The unique thing about Devil's Hole, if you're ever standing there and there's an earthquake in China, Japan, any other parts of the country, the water in that hole will rise and fall and react to it. A lot of nice areas to go see here. Where wildlife comes first. And that's the way it should be. Now, the news we had that company that wanted to drill those lithium wells, you know, we were protected from those lithium wells long before BLM wanted to make and change their mind on approving it. Congress in 1976 passed an act, Act 1330, that any water usage in this area that threatens the pupfish or this refuge is protected. Why BLM did that, I don't know. Somebody forgot to read history. But that's okay. Guppy, you having a good visit?
We haven't been to this one. Hold on.
Ah, look at these cool birds. Turkey vultures. If you lived in the high desert of California, you definitely know what they are. Now, Ash Meadows has not always been protected. This used to be a big farming area. In fact, most of Ash Meadows at one time was growing either cotton, alfalfa, or some sort of food for animals. Okay, we decided to come out and we were going to come this way and look at the Long Street cabin. Whitney, I don't think has seen it. But she was looking at this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch it. See if you can read that. I don't think it's going to turn out. But no wading, no swimming. Mr. Longstreet, very important character for out here. And of course we have our bats. Okay, we're going to go walking out here to the cabin. Yeah, don't ditch your fish here. Need a white rock? By the way, what we're doing today, we're out hiking in this area. And it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, getting into the heat of the day. Don't recommend this for people that is not used to this. This is enough heat for a lot of people that ain't used to it to have a heat stroke. But I've worked landscaping in this for 20 to 30 years in this heat, all the way up until last January. And I still work part-time doing it. So we are pretty well acclimated to this. My daughter, she's acclimated to it. She works landscaping now every day.
Are you done looking at the spring round, Peppa?
What you looking at, Guppy? Yeah. Yeah, I remember 2 years ago, I decided to hang my thermometer in the shade, in mesquite, in the middle of the parking lot, hanging on the side of my truck while I was working. And I came back and it had recorded a high temperature while I was working there of 135 degrees. And people go, well, it doesn't get that hot. Well, it combine the heat and then you get it reflection off the blacktop. Okay, we are walking into a cabin. Look on the ground to the left, look on the ground to the right, walk in. Cool place. Also a cool place for snakes to relax during the heat of the day.
What is with the grasshoppers always freaking jumping on me? Yeah.
Neat little cabin. This was some gentleman's home, Mr. Longstreet. This has been rebuilt and replica.
Yeah, they said the waters were coming out through here, this cabin, when he lived here.
Yeah. He was up against the spring, that kept it cool. Okay, I'm going to walk over to the spring. See if we see any pupfish today. I can believe we're in the middle of the desert. Yeah. You hear the water running out of the spring. Listen very carefully. Flowing at, they say, 16 gallons per second. Comes out of the ground at around 78 degrees. Look at how crystal clear that is, what's coming up. And if you look, you can actually see the sediment bubbling down there where it's coming out of the ground. There, sorry about that.
Oh, you see it? You see the pool? You see it? You see? You see good?
Okay. Well, it pretty much covers this area.
Stand up.
I'll get back to you when we get somewhere else. Thank you for
Down there at
watching.
the bottom or